TV screen. I'm Rick. That's Matt. You know him. And this is Box Brown from Philadelphia. He wrote a book about Tetris, amongst other things. Tell us about your book about Tetris.
It's about Tetris. So you guys know a little bit about the story of Tetris. It was created in communist Russia by Alexei Pajitnov. You know, he just made it to give it to his friends and stuff, and he just made it to make a cool game. You know, he wasn't trying to sell it because he couldn't. You couldn't sell the game in communist Russia. That was not something a citizen could do. But it got out. It got out through the University of Hungary, and somebody bought the rights to it from England, and he thought he had the rights to it, but he actually didn't have the rights to it. But he still put out the PC version of Tetris, and it was like an enormous hit. And then all of a sudden there was a huge rights battle, and then also in that time Russia changed from a communist country to a capitalist country, and then they claimed that they owned Tetris, and there was these crazy negotiations, and it ended up coming down to the lawsuit between Nintendo and Atari, that it got bundled up into that lawsuit, and it was just a crazy story. It's crazy, the story of how Tetris came about.
Yeah, I remember the Tengen and Nintendo.
There's two versions,
yeah,
right?
So you can actually play the Tengen version, which I do have that on this power pack if you want to look at it. But yeah, you can still buy copies of that. Like a few of them got out, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then they backpedaled on it, and because they lost the lawsuit, so then Nintendo took the rights and released all the popular cartridges that everybody knows and loves.
Right. Nintendo said there was a chip shortage, but the theory was that there was no chip shortage, and Nintendo was kind of like creating an artificial demand for all these things. But Nintendo didn't want to use chips that were made outside of Japan because they thought that they weren't good enough or whatever. So Tengen went and found a company in Korea or something that would make these chips, like the chip that you need to play Nintendo, and they released these games, and they looked weird, like the cartridges were different.
They're hard to press down on.
Yeah, those black cartridges with the like slanted top.
And I just remember when that came out, and like, I don't even know how we knew about video game rumors at the time. Like, there was no internet. Like, it was like 1988 or 89 or whatever, and I remember my cousin being like, that version's illegal now. And that's all I knew. I was like, oh, there's an illegal one.
I just thought, when as a kid, I thought it was just like a weird, like artistic. And he's like, we're going to make our games look different. They're going to stand out.
Yeah.
And they did. And
there was 3 games. There's 2 other games.
Oh, there's a lot of. There's Rolling Thunder does that.
Was there a Pac-Man?
There's a Pac-Man.
Yeah. There's a Pac-Man.
There's a Gauntlet.
There's Pac-Man. There's Gauntlet.
I have a Gauntlet.
There is a flight simulator game, and also Tengen actually put out games. So there's Shinobi.
Yeah, I've seen the Shinobi NES carts too.
And you have
it's this side scroller.
Fantasy Zone.
Fantasy Zone, yes.
Boom. But one thing you don't mention in your book is Tetris 2.
No.
Why'd you skimp on Tetris 2?
It ends with Tetris.
Ah, okay. Well, we're going to play Tetris 2. It still said your boy's name, Elorg, on that.
I know, like, the Elorg thing, like, Bulletproof Software put it in the contract that they had to show the Elorg credits in the Game Boy version. That's why that screen is like 8 seconds or something like that.
Ah, okay.
He like doubled the amount of time that you had to look at the copyright screen.
I guess we can play against each other if you want to try.
Yeah.
So
I think the goal is you have to match color. You have to match 3 colors. There's no killing lines.
So medium, I guess.
Go for it.
Yeah, whatever you.
Let's start with
want to
high.
try.
What do you guys think of 3 music selections? We actually had this turned down, so we can't actually.
All right, here we go. So yes, you can see.
Is it like Dr. Mario code?
It's a lot like Dr.
like
Mario,
it.
apparently. It's matching 3 colors.
All right, so it's
look.
not like the way I'm
there's
playing
that phallic
There's
shape
that
one.
phallic-shaped one, and then the.
Oh, it's Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
Or it's like Crystallis or whatever.
But out of all the versions of Tetris, like, why was this deemed Tetris 2?
Didn't they do a release with Dr. Mario at some point?
Yeah,
They did on the
Super
Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Was that different than this?
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it
Tetris
was just
and Dr.
regular
Mario.
Tetris and regular Dr. Mario, but like ported to the SNES, so it probably had some like visual discrepancy and maybe some other aspects that probably played differently. But I've actually not played that version.
This is so
personally.
Who's on the left right now?
Me.
You're doing pretty good.
This is so plainly not Tetris, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No, it's Tetris 2.
Yeah. It's not even. It's just
That
like
2
wait,
means something.
What is this piece? What is this thing?
There it is.
Oh, that does look like a
I
big
hate
ball.
it. this game is not the Tetris I
Like,
love.
these shapes aren't even like fun shapes to look at. Like Tetris, you got your 5.
I know,
Five
Tetris
shapes?
shapes are great. I always say that the
Ooh, I'm-
protagonist of Tetris is the straight line piece.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm so used to playing Tetris that I'm not even paying attention to the colors. I'm just like making things fit because I can't help it.
There hasn't been like a line yet. You can't actually do a line.
I mean,
wouldn't a
Other than the
line,
ones
like-
we did earlier.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Well,
Would a line like automatically just go disappear because it's well, I guess it wouldn't be all the same color.
Man, I think you're actually trying to Tetris this too hard here.
I am playing Tetris, and that's because that's a good.
No, you're playing Tetris too.
Yeah, but you know this is terrible. So I'm gonna play Tetris like it's Tetris, and then if the colors happen to match, so be it.
You guys ever played the Tetris Worlds for PlayStation?
Was
I love
telling
that
me about
version.
it. Isn't it on like the X axis or like the Y axis or something?
I don't know.
Like you're going.
That
No,
sounds
no,
odd.
that must be a different one.
Oh, okay.
This is I think it's called Tetris Worlds or Tetris Plus, not Tetris Worlds. Tetris Plus. There's a tiny explorer man, and he'll climb to the top no matter what. And the top has a drill, and he'll either kill himself on the top, or he'll get to the gold at the very bottom. So the goal is to clear lines and make a hole for him to get down.
Oh my god.
It's actually extremely fun.
It's weird, like, the guy that created Tetris, Alexei, made a bunch of other games, but none of them were even close to even a fraction as good as Tetris.
That's interesting.
What are the other games you did?
Were they puzzle types or were they?
Yeah, well, there's one that's kind of like a sequel to Tetris called Weltris.
Oh, okay.
It's like Tetris, but you're viewing it from a different angle.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that game. It's got a really weird perspective.
Yeah, it's like you're viewing it from the top down,
Yeah.
kind of.
It kind of looks like a tunnel almost. Or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
like a square-shaped tunnel, basically.
It's like almost 3D. It's like it goes back
Yeah.
or whatever. It reminds me of like those levels in Contra, where you're like, you know, like the non-side-scrolling levels.
Yeah, yeah. The
Have you
ones
played
where,
Contra before, Matt?
No, never heard of it.
That's a round of that. How'd you guys feel about Tetris 2?
It didn't feel like Tetris.
It's not as fun as regular Tetris.
Yeah.
Also, if you were colorblind, you couldn't play this game at
Yeah,
all.
that's a good
This
point.
game's really rude to color.
Because even on regular Tetris, even though the colors can tell you which way the piece goes, they also drop out a certain direction, and then you know which way they'll go regardless of the color. So
There's got to be like some skill to this game. Like those guys are bombs, I think. I remember that
Yeah.
was,
Oh, right.
that was the advertising for this game. Is like, but Tetris 2 has bombs.
I did something on accident, and that's what made me win. But all of a sudden, my screen just started clearing out like crazy, and I didn't even know what happened. It just all my
I tried to read the
things started
instructions
disappearing.
earlier, and I couldn't even like follow them. Maybe I'm just dumb.
I'm-
Maybe the key is to just play regular Tetris. And
That's
just
what I
get
did.
lucky.
but that's like the bonus. If you end it, you get to play regular Tetris.
We'll try it again.
I'm
Even though
gonna
it's just-
figure out how to just do bombs the whole time.
I'm just gonna drop pieces where they seem to fit, like I did last time.
There's a
thinking,
bunch of good like match games for iPhone that are like multi-genre games where it's like, you know, you like match 3 or whatever, and then your character like kills a wizard
Oh,
or whatever. You know, it's like
a good wizard or a
Mixed-
bad wizard?
mixed genre bad wizard.
Okay, good. Are there any good wizards?
I mean,
Mr.
I
Wizard.
assume
Mr.
Mr.
Wizard.
Wizard, Don Herbert.
Go up there, touch the balloon. There you go.
Have you guys ever played Hatris?
I've not played.
What is
Hatris.
it? What's the deal with Hatris again? I'm
Yeah,
assuming
Battlefield is the best.
Hatris is Tetris involving hats.
I
somehow.
would also assume so. Actually, strangely enough, socks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I did
Whoa.
it again. See?
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just luck. I don't
I
know.
think I like Tetris 2.
I don't know. I didn't do that on purpose. It just
There's something
happened.
that triggers that. If we were
Yeah, I just
smarter,
if I knew what I was
it's
doing.
like a Let's Play video where we're just blindly playing a game, except we tried to do the research on it and couldn't figure it out. I don't know, I tried.
It's
I tried
best
real
3
hard.
out of 5, I guess.
I guess so.
We could always just immediately move on to Hatris.
Yeah, let's play a different game.
Oh, well, bulletproof software. What were we talking-
Bulletproof software is that they own Tetris. So that's like the
Oh,
what?
Look
you
at
put
those.
hats on these gentlemen.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yes.
I like the dude in the corner. He's chilling.
Oh my god,
I've never
this is so
played this.
funny. This is awesome. How is this? That was that other one, Tetris 2. This is
This should be
better.
Clearly,
Tetris
this
2.
should be Tetris 2. Yeah.
This is instantly a 10 times funner game. It's kind of like Burger Time,
So, but the hats.
but it's hats and they're falling. I mean, I guess they fall in Burger Time too.
The hat almost looks like a McDonald's hat.
Yeah, that's what I keep
think
thinking
it-
when I see it, but it's got an H on it.
Yeah, for hamburger.
Hardee's?
Or hat.
Yeah.
Or happiness. That stands for happiness.
It stands for hatchlessness.
The shop 00 hats, cash. There's cash monies to be won in this game.
Oh! After one of the hats falls, you can then move
The second hat.
the second hat.
As long as your
Oh.
stack isn't obstructing your
Blocking it,
movement.
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back and edit out every time we say the word hat in this. 'Cause
That's a lot of hats.
so many hats.
Like,
Really, only 3 hats.
it must get harder. Later on, there must be more,
Yeah, I don't know.
more hats.
Should we
wonder-
reset it, put it at a bigger level? Because this doesn't look like it ends anywhere.
I mean,
It should be getting
got-
faster
he's got to sell his hats, you know.
at some point, right?
So who did you talk to when you were doing the Tetris book?
Gilman Louie, who was involved in the creation of Tetris and worked with Alexi and Hank. What was the other guy? Hank Rogers?
Yeah, Hank is a.
Hank is the guy from like Washington NES stuff, or was that somebody else?
That was Howard Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Howard Lincoln.
But Hank owned Bulletproof Software,
Okay.
and he was the one that went to Russia to get the rights from.
That was actually my favorite part about that book, other than the Nintendo stuff, is like that dude just like went there. He's like, I'm gonna befriend this guy, and they actually became.
They
actually
became
tight.
friends?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
became
yeah.
tight in real life.
He just like went down to this area of the city where people were playing chess, and Alexi was there.
That's so weird. Like, I'm gonna go to Russia and find this guy real fast.
Yeah.
Found him. First try.
They should have had different heads.
Yeah.
It's all the
pretty
same-
Boring.
same
This game
guy.
actually looks very boring as of right now. How you feel?
Yeah, it is kind of boring. I thought maybe it would go.
Whoa! They have different heads now.
Now it's Frankenstein heads.
Do you see
They
this,
look,
Dave?
they look like Moai heads, kind of.
Okay.
I wonder why they changed and what it signifies, though.
They are dead now. They've been reanimated.
Oh look, there's new hats.
Are these guys like brothers that run this store? Is that what's happening? Like at
Yeah.
the bottom right corner is just like
My name is Maltese.
he's the rugged blonde, and that one's the rugged redhead. And, like
Yeah.
they got the same jumpsuit, everything. I'm trying to think what other Tetris games. I mean, we'd always do the Tengen one, and there's also Bombliss, Tetris Bombliss.
What? Is that on here?
Yeah.
Let's play that. What is
Yeah.
it?
It's weird. I don't like it, but some people enjoy it because it plays more like traditional Tetris in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But you have time after the piece drops to like shift it around. And it's like feels slippery compared to regular Tetris. Where like regular Tetris on the NES, you know, you're like committed. Your
Yeah.
piece goes there and that's where it's gonna be. So
What's it called?
Tetris Bombliss or something like that. It's got some weird things to it, but
BPS. Do we know anything about these folks? It almost has the same logo as the Bulletproof Studios.
it says
It is
bulletproof.
bulletproof.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it's just like a combo piece. Like they just added this Bombliss to it, which it's like a different game, but
2-player.
yeah, we can't. Yeah.
I've never seen this, but it also just says Tetris 2.
Okay.
It's got some different elements to it than Tetris 2. I forget how it works. Yeah, see, this is just like normal Tetris,
Oh, look at that.
right?
Yeah, it is. It
But it
feels
It's
weird.
a little slippery, and the dash is different, which is like the charge movement you can get in this game. For those who don't know what I mean by dash, but it's like you hold over preemptively, and it causes the piece to move at a certain speed, left or right. But it looks like it's got like pretty strange piece RNG compared to regular Tetris.
It like.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Look.
And
yeah.
like, I guess I punish you if I do something well.
Ooh, it's like a little house.
Now you kill me. Now you kill me, you stupid tall piece.
Talk about me.
One time I was playing some Nintendo game, and I got in this thing where I was maybe like 10 or something, where I started saying ship instead of so like I wasn't cursing, but it sounded like it, and I like did that because I was playing some game, and my dad was like, "What? You're not allowed to say that," and he like got all mad at me, and I was like, "I said ship." He's like, "No, you didn't. I know what you're doing. Don't lie now."
Look at my cheap strategy here. I'm gonna see if this pays out.
But just keep going.
I'm
for
just going
ones.
incredibly slow. Like
I
you're
I
like
like
holding
the look
in.
of this game. It's very like it knows it needs to be simple.
Yeah. It
Like,
doesn't.
it's not
It's not like even a bad game. I
I don't really like it as a Tetris
Yeah.
layout. I don't like how it changed the colors. Like, they should stay the color they are when they fall, not turn into like the all blue at the bottom.
I'm kind of into it. Kind of into the aesthetic of it.
I'm just so sold on the NES regular version of Tetris that anything that doesn't feel too much like it, I get a little turned off by it.
Do you use both buttons?
Yes, yeah.
What?
I
Like,
only use
you can
one
rotate the
button.
pieces in 2 directions by using A or B.
Like if you use the other button, it goes the other direction.
That's why I'm so bad at Tetris.
No, it's just a style of play because like some of like the best Tetris players that are like ridiculous and play like championship level only play with one button.
They're definitely actually hurting themselves by only using one button.
Only using one button,
Yeah.
but it's like skating goofy foot or something. You know, it's like you're not doing it right, but like it works for you, so it's
Yeah.
like whatever.
I actually have become like fairly decent friends with Jonas Neubauer. He's the 7-time NES Tetris World Champion.
Oh,
But he's the best at this basically in terms of tournament play. Like there's this guy Corian who's does this technique called hyper tapping, where I think Thor Åkerlund was the one that came up with it. But if you know, because originally you had to rely on DAS to get pieces over if you're playing on like level 19, which is incredibly fast.
Right.
It's like the same speed as in holding in down. Like if you hold in down right now, that's
Right.
what level 19 is. And Thor Åkerlund figured out that you can tap the D-pad like rapidly and get the pieces over to the side faster than just by holding it in over in advance. So like Corian's good at that, and so he like has an advantage over Jonas in a lot of ways, but Jonas is just such a good tournament player that he usually ends up winning those tournaments. But I think we'll start to see the tide turn a bit with that stuff because Corian's getting absurdly good. But those guys can like max out the scoreboard starting on stage 19 or like stage 18. They'll get 999,999 points. It's nuts, but I guess
That's insane.
Corian got it like faster than anybody starting on like level 7. Like, I forget how it works, because the way Tetris works is it can go up to like level 29, and most people can't play at that speed because it's too fast. But because of hyper tapping, Corian can get to level 30. But I guess he maxed out the scoreboard at level 27, which is just ridiculous.
that's
So,
out of control.
yeah.
Tetris Tower 3D, a game I picked up at a thrift store that I said, hey, this would be a funny thing to play on a runtime for that Tetris episode we shot a year ago that you're seeing today. But yeah, I actually liked it. It's fun. And I'm going to play it with Matt. There he is. Ever heard of him?
Some guy.
There it goes. It's great. The goal is to not get Tetrises, but to just like clear a line. When you get a line, you hit this, and you
So you just want to clear one line at a time?
want to clear one. You want to get as many lines as you can until it fills up. So I guess it's your turn. Oh, it's my
It
turn.
is.
What do you got?
I got one of these.
Okay, go for it.
So, boom.
I got one of these.
I guess we just pick who goes.
Oh no, it's supposed to light up on both sides.
Well, okay.
That's really funny. We're just getting the same pieces. Ooh, I wasn't thinking right.
I'm confused. Like, the line is blinking and the square
Yeah, the
is
square
lit.
is going on.
So I need to do square?
Yeah, square.
Okay.
That's just telling me the next piece.
Oh, I'm too slow.
But see, mine's lighting up too, so I think
You got a line?
Nope, I don't.
No, you don't. Alright, so this is lighting up.
Okay, yeah. Now it makes sense. We're getting different pieces now. Okay, and I got the same piece.
So mine's
Oh,
a
wait.
square lighting.
And I got a piece. Z's or S's, what do you want to call them?
Yeah.
Always does.
You got a line? Oh, damn. You made that sound.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4,
You-
5,
that's
6.
you as well.
Oh yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I got 6.
Hey, I beat Matt at Tetris.
My ass. I'm just hitting stuff. We'll see what happens.
Oh, look at that beauty. Just can I open it
The
up?
Book of Tetris. Is that the book you wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, right?
Starring Pumpkin Man.
Oh, that's right. You have to have a different.
I love that. That's my favorite.
The
Just
little-
a bunch of dudes.
What about Winking Wolf?
I think he has his eye cut out.
Yeah, it looks like it. All right, so
Oh.
if I remember correctly, the way
Fun house.
these power-ups work, it's like a meter underneath, and if you get 4 dots, then you hit up and you can
Yeah.
use your move or something like that. I mean, like you can use it earlier, but like four is
so bad
the
at Tetris.
max.
The book came out. We had an opening in New York at the Japanese Society,
Oh, cool.
and they had a whole bunch of Japanese consoles and games. Like I played this on like the Famicom or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a whole bunch of stuff. They had like 4 different ones going.
Oh, I could have just Tetris. Oh, there we go. Whee. Am I doing better than Matt? Am I doing better than Matt? I just did a trick. Woo.
Oh crap! I'm about to get wrecked.
Ooh.
Did you do your? I don't know.
I think I did my thing.
I did mine too right after, I think. Maybe,
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. Well, my pieces are just disintegrating. That's kind of like good though, right? I don't know what your power-up just did, but mine like cleared out my whole space, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I have no idea what these
What's
sevens
those sevens
are
do?
doing
Yeah,
to me.
they're-
It's lucky.
Yeah, 7 is lucky for sure.
I think my luck just turned around here.
They did all kinds of crazy stuff in Japan. Like,
Yeah.
There's that Satellaview thing. Did you ever see that?
I don't think I've
Satellaview.
heard of that.
Satellaview is like
Power up, power
it
up,
was
power up.
like a broadcast gaming system. So
Oh,
like
wow.
it would come. You'd be like, okay, we're gonna play Zelda. Everybody's gonna play Zelda now.
Oh, yes, yes. I've
You
seen
know what
that
I
came
mean?
out Super Nintendo era.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Am I doing good?
You're doing great.
It's like above the.
I did
The
another
top.
power up.
Yeah, it's just existing in this
There, you want to try this?
Yeah.
With your wizard, the gnome boys?
the gnome boys.
So you press up to do your power up, but you got once you like clear out
Oh,
a
you
couple
have to wait
crystals.
for-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get like these little pegs or something, and that indicates that you have power to use. And you press up to activate that power, I believe. Which I think I learned what yours was doing, Rick. It was stopping me from seeing my next pieces.
Ah.
So it's kind of, I mean, it's a little bit detrimental, but that's really not that bad. This is
Oh,
intense
my gosh.
Tetris action.
Gotta keep
I'm
talking.
doing
Gotta keep
terrible right now.
talking. Okay, guys, what can we talk about? We're just sitting in
no.
silence.
We don't need to talk. We just need to Tetris.
We just need the Tetris.
Yes.
That's it.
We just need that line, that sweet, sweet line, at that perfect
Waiting for
moment.
the,
The
protagonist.
Yes.
There he is. Save the day.
It's kind of interesting because
I did my move.
we're sharing the next piece slot, right? So like
You get it-
whomever drops their piece first.
what are
will
these
get
guys
the-
doing?
I erased
Did they just
his-
rob you some?
I
pieces?
erased his next, I think.
How
Ah.
dare you?
Those
That's it.
nimble
I'm gonna
little
hit you back.
thieves.
No, I erased my own next somehow.
Yeah, see now my little dude's doing his thing. Here we go. What's good?
So if you get like a bunch of, like if you get the thing all the way to the top and you do it, does it like
What
really-
the heck just happened?
happened?
Did
You mirrored my screen.
I just ruined my life.
Oh wow.
I just
I was
ruined
doing
my-
that's
terrible. The joke's on you.
I just ruined my own life with that
That's
power.
that's why we need that book, because it shows you how many crystals you need to do certain things.
So there's different. If you get more crystals, there's
Yeah, like you have a
better-
good amount of crystals.
Yeah, but what if it goes all the way to the top?
I am so screwed. There's no way
You're
I
doing
can,
great. You're doing
I
great.
can't recover. Like
Yeah, your boys.
the gnomes, man.
Oh.
See, that's a different one.
Ooh, a cucaracha.
It's kind of a Mexican stereotype.
Yeah. What's up with the sunfish flown in too? Little mola fish. Another weird staple that it's in a lot of video games is sunfish. I don't know.
Sunfish, eggplants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, eggplants are in a bunch
Moai
of
heads.
Nintendo games.
See what my power up actually helps me this time.
Oh,
Whoa.
pretty badass looking.
Dang, yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
It's like a
I
summon.
want to hear like an Iron Maiden song playing right now.
Well, I don't know what
it raised the bottom of my.
It's like
going more now.
like permanently raising it at a rate. That's pretty rude, actually. I'm sorry.
That was rude of you.
So now it's done. So it does it for only so long, it seems.
But that's like sitting in there now.
Yeah, you're just stuck with that terrible build.
I remember like the first time I saw Tetris ever was the arcade version.
Oh yeah.
And I remember like me and my cousin were playing, and like there was two. Was that like a deli or something? And they had 2 games, and one was Tetris, and one was like Double Dragon, or something like something great like the
Yeah.
other one. And I was like, I'm gonna play this one. And my cousin was like, it must not have been Double Dragon. It must not have been a 2-player game. He's like, what am I gonna play? I'm like, play that game.
You're stuck with this.
And he's like, I don't even know how to play it. I'm like, yeah, I think you like build a castle or something. Like, I just didn't understand.
Which is what you do with Tetris pieces in a Rampart.
Rick's really trying to sell that Rampart.
I do love Rampart. Wasn't your grandma into Tetris?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had to get her own Game Boy because
Oh, that's awesome.
She used to play. It was so cute. She played it with one. She would hold it like this and then play with one finger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she would go back and forth with her one finger.
That's pretty awesome. I guess I won that one then overall.
But it was like I've talked to other people about that
You
too,
wanna play?
where it would
I'll
be
try
like,
it.
let's try the different character. Where
This little buddy.
like it was the game that their parents played.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was like the first game where adults understood what video games were all
See,
about.
my dad was really into old games, well, I say old games now, but
But
when we grew up, my dad loved NES games and Super Nintendo games, and he always played all of them. But my mom, she only really got into Tetris.
Right.
So yeah, I totally see what you mean with
and
that.
Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors too.
See, my dad would play it with us a little bit. Like, I think everybody kind of played Mario Brothers at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like watching my mom play Mario Brothers and thinking it was like so funny because it's like, Mom, you don't even know how to play at all.
Oh, crap.
Because like they didn't know it. Because like my mom like
It doesn't flip.
missed that generation. You know, it's like she didn't really. I guess like she grew out of video games before they even became a thing.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was so foreign to them. Like when Nintendo came out, and it was so not foreign to the kids. Like every kid knew Nintendo back and forth.
Yeah.
But like the parents would pick it up and like it was like some spaceship artifact from the future or something like that.
Kind of like, old people on computers now or on smartphones,
Yeah,
they're just so
yeah.
flummoxed by it. Like,
Yeah, even that now I feel like there's
No, they're so
a lot.
into it,
Yeah,
I
like
noticed, yeah.
my grandpa is like he's still around. He's like 93 or something, and he bets on horses on his iPad like all day long.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna use a technique here. I don't know what it does. Get that cool guy though.
Yeah, the little pumpkin dude was the one I
just
think I
made this
originally
worse for me,
used.
I feel like.
Yeah, it looks like you just see, but it's like different levels. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pegs, right? I bet there's more to it than that though, even. Because
Yeah.
like, what are these arrows on the side representing as well?
Like you must be able to like save these. I wonder what the one-player game version is like. Do you use those characters to mess up? Like, there's a computer playing? Are you playing?
Yeah,
against
you're
the
playing
computer?
against the computer in like a story mode, and then you use your power-ups against them, and they use them against you as well. And it's
Right.
pretty rough, actually,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. I didn't play it too much, but I did try some one-player stuff, and the computer is pretty good,
Yeah.
actually.
Really
I'm gonna
good.
try a four thing, even though I'm on top.
This is like a nuclear bomb.
Oh
Damn,
wait,
look at
that
that.
sounds like it does.
That's sick.
Yeah, it almost seems like it did better for you. I don't. Never mind.
All right, I'll do mine, I guess.
Oh, yes.
The white wolf.
What has he done?
There's some kind of spotlight action.
Disappeared.
Are those pieces gonna...
Oh,
Okay,
well, turned it white.
I'm sure it did something help. Whoa, it's building things up now.
It's whitewashed Tetris.
Yeah, I think this would be a really cool game to actually learn everything about, honestly. Like,
I'm surprised it never came out in
it's
English.
really,
It's really good.
dynamic.
This should be Tetris 2.
Yeah.
This should be Tetris 2. This is a
This
great...
is 1,000 times better than that other
It
one.
looks nice. It plays like Tetris. It has
Yeah.
these cool power-ups and
It
characters.
like all these things
think I need these
add
power-ups.
to
I'm
the
dead.
gameplay.
Yeah.
The whole.
Everything
dead.
about it is just a good game.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
So thanks, Box Brown, for never meeting us before and coming in this empty room with us.
It was so fun to play video games all afternoon.
It's a good way to wrap
Oh,
it
that
up.
poor
right?
pumpkin man.